Hey everybody, welcome to Dad, Daughters, and Drinks, where you'll always get at least two of those three. Today I'm reacting to a new band, Freeze the Fall. At least it's new to me. I think actually it says their debut single, and it was released in February of this year, so I think that makes them pretty new. It's a teen rock band from British Columbia, Canada, I believe. It was recommended to me by Russ in Canada, and then the band kind of joined in the chat and said, "Yeah, we'd love to see you react to one of our songs." So if the band says we want to see you react, you kind of have to react. So I got out the good whiskey. It's kind of a joke. I only drink good whiskey. But either way, I'm looking forward to checking this out. I've barely been to British Columbia. I grew up in Buffalo, New York, which kind of, put me right on the border. I've been to Ontario a ton, hockey, vacation, things like that. I've been to a few other provinces. I was actually just in Quebec a couple weeks ago, and about 20 years ago for work, I had to go to Alberta. I was in Calgary, and I decided to take a trip out to Lake Louise, which is kind of at the western border of Alberta, right next to British Columbia, and I missed my exit and ended up having to drive like half an hour or an hour into British Columbia before I was able to find a place to turn around. Now, this is before cell phones and GPSs and things, so it probably took me that long to realize that I had actually missed my exit in the first place. So all of that to say, I'm going to check out the song called Glitch. Russ in Canada said they've got 3 videos, and this is the first one I should watch. Who am I to argue with Russ in Canada? So let's check it out. And this is 3. In the description, it had their names. I don't remember the names. I think there was one 16-year-old, 2 15-year-olds. And so I think it's going to be pretty awesome. It's been a long time since I've seen, to my knowledge, a good Canadian rock trio. Now, maybe I've seen or heard them and I wasn't aware that it was a Canadian rock trio, but there's a couple great ones out there. Obviously, Rush comes to mind, Triumph, some others. So let's check it out, and hopefully they can live up to their, Canadian rock trio, kind of archetype. All right. We exist to something. I am going to warn anybody who hasn't seen my reactions before. I have listened to a lot of loud rock over the years. My hearing isn't the greatest. There's no closed caption, so I'm going to do my best to understand the lyrics. But if I miss something, I'm sorry. Feel free to call it out in the comments or something. But I'll try to get it right. I start over again. All right, so there's kind of a cool keyboard, I think it's keyboard part going on in the background as well. I think it's 2 females in the front, 1 lead, 1 bass. It looks like the lead was singing, and I think it's a guy playing drums, but it's hard to tell with the mask on. But so far, so good. I'm digging it. Cool symbol on the bass head. Almost reminds me of like Zelda. I know that's not what it is, but for some reason it's just kind of got that Zelda feel to it for me. Okay, so this is gonna be like one of those, if we were robots, then we wouldn't have feelings. I say like one of those, like I've heard another one, but I think I see where it's going. If we were robots, we wouldn't have feelings, we wouldn't cry, we wouldn't get hurt. these kind of things. But, you know, I assume some point it's going to be like, yeah, we are. Uh, oh, glitch. Okay, so that's going to work in with the robots as well. Okay, I'm looking forward to this. How many strings are on that bass? And this is not, you know, I do this with every video practically, or every new band, trying to figure out, for some reason, I'm obsessed by the number of strings on basses. And I don't even play bass. I mean, I can play bass a little bit in the way that like lead guitarists try and play bass. You know what I mean? If you've ever seen a lead guitarist try to play bass. 5-string. I think it's 5-string. Looks like 5-string. Last time I called something a 4-string, everybody got mad and pointed out there was like a knob sticking out the back or something. So I'm always a little like, I'm 95% sure that's a 5-string. Sorry, I gotta go back and listen to what she said because that bass line was hot and I missed what she was saying. I can't love you if you're just like me. Boy, that could be interpreted a bunch of ways. There's kind of like the old Marx Brothers line of thinking, right? Like, I wouldn't belong to any club that would have me as a member. It's like, is she saying I can't love you if you're like me because I feel like I'm unlovable? Or is this something different? I'm trying to put it into this whole like robotic thing. Like, if I'm a robot and you're a robot, we can't love each other type thing. I'm not sure. I'm terrible at metaphors and things like that. Like, just terrible. So sorry if I'm totally missing something. But I want to hear that bass line again. I can't love you if you're just like me. Our fear belongs to anyone else. Their lives burn behind my eyes. I see you everywhere. Oh, the advocate. If we were robotic, we wouldn't be two souls who bend his bloody wounds. If we were robotic, you'd have tears left to cry. I'd have no injuries, metalized so we can see. And if you feel, say it's a which exists to tire out. I'm gonna go back and listen to that. There was like a cool, like industrial sound happening that I wanted to put together. It's kind of doing some. Yeah, it's really cool the way it's mixed in the headphones. Second thought, I don't know that it's mixed differently as much as the instruments themselves are just kind of going in and out a little bit, if that makes sense. So we can see it if you feel, say it's a which exists to tire out. We've lived 1,000 years and 1,000 more. Is there a term for when a drummer does that kind of like, I don't know the phrase for it. It's like they're not just going on a beat. It's like this rolling kind of like, I wish I could describe it better, but I can't think of what it's called. Uh, if there is even a term for what they're doing, what he's doing there. Um, but I always enjoy when bands kind of have those breakouts. And I was so caught up in the drums there, I missed that their bassist was starting to do something cool. Sorry, I keep pausing and rewinding, but there's a lot of cool stuff going on. And am always, I always try to not just look at the music in and of itself. And I apologize for that if you're just wanting to hear the song. Because I'll go back and listen to the song a bunch more times to just enjoy it all the way through. But I always like to capture, I'm old, and if I don't say what I'm thinking right away and I try to like wait a minute and pause and then say stuff, I forget like 98% of what I was trying to say. So I always have to capture it right away. So we can see it if you feel, say it's a which exists to tire out. More time now. I actually have to listen to what she's saying when she sings. Nice kind of a build there. And I'm always impressed by anybody that can play lead guitar and sing at the same time. Now, I don't normally comment on like appearance type things, but I've noticed they're both wearing these kind of triangle necklaces. I mean, not exactly triangles, but they kind of form that shape. And I'm wondering if that's related to, and I think I've even gone past where it was, the kind of triangle Zelda looking shape on the bass head that I noticed before. Like if that was intentional, because both of the girls are wearing it. And so perhaps it is, I don't know. So that's the tie-in then, and I think that might have been said a couple times during, and I missed it. That the glitch is kind of the robots actually having emotions, and things like that, or they could look at it that way. And the crowd goes wild. Nice. That was really cool. I'm going to be looking forward to watching the rest of this band's videos as well. And hopefully, I guess there were 5 tracks on the EP, if I remember what Russ in Canada said. I don't know why I keep saying Russ in Canada, other than it's like the easiest username I've ever seen to remember, because usually it's like user 157-23 or something, right? So good for Russ in Canada for picking a good name. So yeah, this was really good. This is like kind of good, pretty old school, not quite old school. It wasn't like a Rush kind of, emulation type thing or anything. It almost maybe reminded me a little bit with the female vocals of Paramore or something. But it's like right in that good solid rock groove that I don't, think we hear generally too much of these days. Although I feel like it's starting, either it's starting to come back or it's been coming back and I'm just being made aware of it because I'm being introduced to bands on this channel that I normally wouldn't have seen. Uh, and so, yeah, great stuff. Um, Very cool. I dug the lyrics. I dug the video. Um, I'm interested to see what else they can do or have done. I guess for me it is will do, right. They've done it already, but I'll be seeing it for the first time, hopefully pretty soon. Uh, so yeah, anybody, let me know what you think. Did I completely mess up my interpretation of any of the stuff going on, or maybe did I get lucky and blind squirrel finds a nut, and got something right? So anyway, and I see a couple other instruments floating around. So I guess maybe this is I don't know if that was just for the video or if this is where their other videos are, and maybe they played different instruments. Maybe this is just tuned differently. There's all kinds of reasons, but yeah, either way, I'm sure I'll know sooner rather than later. Okay, cool. If you made it this far, I'm gonna have the link to the original video down in the description. Make sure you check that out. Give them likes and comments and subscribe to the channel. I think this band, as far as I can tell, is going to be pretty awesome. And get in on them early. I'm glad I did, because a lot of times I'll hear about a new band and find out they've been out for like 10 years, which to me is still kind of a new band when you're my age. But so yeah, make sure you check them out, show them the love, help them out with all the algorithm stuff. So when people are looking for stuff, this band will pop up. Good stuff. And if you made it this far, thanks. I appreciate it. And I will see you again on the next one. Take care.